Hello and welcome to the Old Timers and Newbies modelling site box unveiling and review. What I've got for you here is Revell's 172 scale Sukhoi T-50, which is also known as Pak Fa. It's in 172. I normally do 148, but these are pretty hard to find in 148 as at the present time. If I had a 148, this would be a 148. As you can see, pretty good box art, very finely detailed. One slight issue I noticed, you've got a lot of detail there on the panelling. I don't know if you can see that. If I hold that up like that, there's a lot of detail there. However, if you look on the actual model there, that's sadly absent. Also on the underside as well, doesn't seem to be any panelling at all. It's very smooth, which as you can see it shouldn't be. So oh dear, that's one sort of upset, if you like. We haven't even opened the box. Another thing with the Revell kits as well, they don't have the traditional lift up lids, which a lot of modelers, if not all, find frustrating. So let's open her up, see what we get. Crikey! That is a big aircraft for 172. That is slightly, I would say slightly longer and definitely wider than an F-15. Yep, and that's a stealth fighter. They don't want you to see that coming. That's a pretty big bird. Pretty big scale that is. That's about, I would say that's about 10 or 11 centimetres long there. At a guess. Getting a lot of sunlight off the flash, so I'm just going to pause it for a moment, I think, and we'll see what we'll get. I'll crack on. I shall crack on. I'll endeavour to take one for the team. Let's just get it out of this plastic bag. As you can see, it's all new to me as well, because I haven't undone it. So let's take this out. Okay, you should be able to get a better view of it now. There we go. So firstly, you've got the main fuselage. Comes in two large pieces, which is going to be good for the overall paint job, because you're not going to have lots and lots of ugly seam lines to worry about or fill. So you've just got a very basic fit of the top and the bottom. So obviously you can have it wheels in, wheels out. So all you've got to do is worry about the actual fit, which I would imagine is going to be pretty good. Just checking over and just having a look at the panelling there. The prototype one hasn't bothered, but you can clearly see that panelling there is definitely there, even on the engines as well. So that picture there must have been the bottom, because there's nothing on the bottom there. And there is some evidence of panel lines. I don't know if you can make that out just there. So it is relatively smooth on the underside. But you've got your detailing on the top, which is what's more important. You're going to see the top more than the bottom, so breathes a sigh of relief. The second set of sprues is pretty much the rest of the aircraft. So you've got wheels, engines, you've got an access ladder, engines nicely detailed inside there. Yeah, quite a lot, nice little bit of detail for the engines. There you've got the panels on the exhaust nozzles, and some bits there. The main nozzle's there. Don't know if you can see inside there. You've got some detail in the bottom there. The wheels are fairly straightforward. There's your turbines there. The wheels, very straightforward, but on the real ones they are pretty straightforward too. There's nothing specialist or fancy about them. They're not F18 wheels, just straight struts and a hydraulic joint in there, and that's your lot. So that's about it. Nothing special about that. Now, this is interesting though. You have one pilot seated at the controls, or you can have our pilot standing proudly by his aircraft. So you've got a choice there of pilot. That's a nice little touch. You don't often get that. That's just my eBay slip. No surprise in there. Quick plug for them. And there's your instruction sheet. It's quite a lot. Very extensive instructions. And I've never really had a problem with Revell instructions. They're pretty accurate, and they make a lot of sense as well. I know some of them tell you to do something and then you find out you can't fit the cockpit in or whatever, but these ones pretty good. You've got a fair bit of detail there on the seat, and as I said, you've got a choice of pilot. You don't have to have him sitting there, you can have him standing outside if you want to. Oh, there's the decal sheet, and again you've got quite a lot of stuff to put on there. Try not to get the light on that too much, but as you can see, there's quite a lot of stuff for a 172 kit aircraft, so it should look quite good. You've got a little base for the pilot, which I don't remember mentioning. You've got a crew access ladder as well, so there's potential for a dio, and there's your overall finish. Again, pretty informative there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So what you see is what you get. Basic kit, not bad for beginners. Or thanks for watching.